Hi. Sorry, technical difficulties. I'm Jennifer from the Rolling Scones, and today we're not going to make a sweet scone, we're going to make a savory scone. Yes, scones can be savory too. So this is a request from Julie, and Julie really wanted to know how to make cheddar bacon scones. Now, fortunately for Julie, she lives in town. So not only am I going to make this for all of you, and I'll give you the recipe at my blog, I'm actually going to deliver these to Julie later. It's basically the same method, but each video I'm trying to show you a different technique for different ingredients. Now, because this is savory, we're going to have that. Start off with 2 cups of sifted all-purpose flour. We are going to add a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of sugar. You mean, like, why do you add sugar to a savory recipe? Well, it's to balance the flavors off. If you pay attention to all those cooking shows, etc., you'll notice that, like, Bobby Flay puts a little honey in his hot salsa. It's to balance the salty and the heat. So that's why we put a little sugar in there. This is a tablespoon of baking powder. And I have a 1/4 teaspoon of fresh ground black pepper. We're going to just give that a whirl till it's all mixed up. I like all my ingredients mixed up before each stage. Just make sure it gets in there right. And then we'll start with the butter. Like in all my recipes, if you have a gluten intolerance, 2 cups of an all-purpose gluten-free mixture is fine. I do have a request for someone who's not only gluten intolerant, is allergic to nightshades, which would be potatoes, as well as rice. So I'll find a recipe for her and work on that, and so that's an upcoming one. But in the meantime, we're going to put a 1/2 cup or 1 stick of unsalted butter. Again, you could use a margarine, a vegan margarine like Earth Balance. You could use coconut oil in this too. Just remember, if you use coconut oil, it's extremely healthy, but it may give a slight coconut flavor to people who are not used to the flavor. And that could be a little difficult for you if you don't think that that flavor goes well with, in this case, cheddar and bacon. So I'm using butter, but you're welcome to use whatever hard fat that will provide the flavor that you're looking for. And we're whirling it around till the mixture looks like breadcrumbs. And I have the rest of my ingredients. And we'll see where this goes. It's almost ready. That's the wonderful, wonderful reason why I have this mixer. Things go so much faster. And I can spend less time in the kitchen because, you know, as much as I love it, we're busy people these days. It's not like it was when I was a kid. And that looks good. So we're going to add, we've got about, that's about a cup worth of crushed up bacon. And I've got a cup of sharp white cheddar. Now, if I have any viewers from a different country, they're going, white cheddar, why are you saying white cheddar? This is for Americans as well. Cheese comes from milk. Milk is white. So cheese should be essentially white, right? What happened was back in the 1800s, the color of cheese would change because of the color of the milk. Now, before we had our cows grazing on the fields, so if little buttercups were, or little flowers, everything that we call weeds now, was growing, what the cows ate did adjust the color of the milk slightly. So at the time, they noticed that the spring cheese was a little tastier and sold better, but it was a little bit yellow. So somewhere around here, they decided that if they make the cheese that color, it would sell like that all year round. So most orange cheeses in America, which tends to be cheddar or American, is orange. And it's not because of any other reason than they're using a spice called annatto. I'm using white cheese, white cheddar cheese. That's how it is everywhere else. You can find white cheddar in the United States, so that's not an issue. It just happens to be what I've got going in the house. You're welcome to use orange cheese, Americans. It's not an issue. And I also have here a 1/4 cup chopped chives. Got to give this a little boost of flavor because Miss Julie is getting a surprise today. Whirl that around. Just make sure that the bacon and the cheddar and the chives are incorporated with the flour. And then we're going to add, I've got 1/2 cup of cream today. You can use milk, soy milk, almond milk, whatever milk, goat's milk. Knock yourself out. 1/2 cup. If, for some reason, it doesn't seem like it's enough, you can always add more. But if it's too much, you can't change it. So I like to start off conservatively. And I will say, depending upon how dry or moist your climate is, if you're in a humid environment, you might need less wet ingredients. If you live in a dry environment, you might need more. Now, it looks like, because at about this time, just with my experience, this should be coming together as a big white ball. And it's not. It's like a little wetter than, what do you call it, when I make the mixture into breadcrumbs. So I am going to add more cream into this, and we're going to end up adding a total of like 1 cup, because I think that's what's going to work for this, judging on my experience. Of course, when I write the recipe out at the blog, it'll be the actual amounts that I put in here. Yeah, this is perfect. This is totally, it's like a big lump going around, and that's what I wanted. Okay, so like that. See how it all came out like that? That's what I wanted. So it ended up being 1 cup of heavy cream. What I'm going to do, you can roll it out. I'd roll it out to about 1 inch thick, and you can make 8 large scones with a cookie cutter or a glass. I'm using my scone pan. If you like scones as much as I do, you can also put cornbread in it. You can get one yourself. Mine is from Nordic Ware. They have very quality products. It is probably about $20, $25. For me, it's worth it because I make enough of them. They're easy to cook with, clean, everything. And so that's what I'm going to do, is use that. In fact, this time, I am going, you can watch me do it. So this is prepared. It's just sprayed with a little oil. I've got my scone mixture right here. What I'm going to do is, because my scone pan holds 8 scones, is I'm going to eyeball it. That's right. That's part of the fun of cooking. Kind of feel it out and divide it in half. And then I'm going to end up dividing it in half and half again, you know, till I make 8 scones. Then we're just going to push them in there. For me, the less you play with the scone dough, the better. When you play with gluten for too much, it kind of makes it tough. I don't want these to be tough. I want these to be nice. So I'm putting one in each scone plate, or whatever you call it. Sorry. This is unscripted, if you haven't noticed. Unscripted and no videographer, so I'm flying by the seat of my pants. Then what I do is I just kind of mold it to fit the triangular spot, just because, you know, that's where it's in. I'm not going to be perfect about it, because I believe in the rustic look, as you've heard me say before. So it'll fill out, expand, and all that on its own in the cooking. I'm not looking for perfectly shaped things. I'm not a factory. I don't want that look. That is me. You're welcome to really work with it if you like and make them look perfect. I like the homemade look, so we just put that all in there and shape it out, and then they're ready to go into the oven. See, that didn't take too long. I am now going to put it in the oven at 400 degrees, and they're going to go in for about 15, 17 minutes. I'm going to pause until then, and I will let you know. And again, my recipe will be totally accurate because now that I'm working with the ingredients, okay? We'll be back in just about 15, 17 minutes. Well, everybody, you'll get a better picture here soon, but these are the cheddar bacon scones with chives and black pepper. And they were in there for 18 minutes at 400 degrees. I'm just going to let them cool. I'm going to photograph them, and then I'm going to take them to Julie. So if you have any questions, please let me know. You can leave a comment here at YouTube, or you can go back to my site where the recipe is. If you have any requests, please let me know. Like I said, I have some requests. We still have Donna she would like coconut chocolate chip scones, and I've got one from Cheryl who needs a gluten-free recipe, but she's also allergic to nightshades, which is tomatoes and potatoes. And potato starch tends to be in gluten-free products. My apologies. And she's also allergic to rice. And a lot of the gluten-free flours have rice in it. So we're going to find something that's going to work for her too. So that one might take me a little time. So requests, questions, please let me know. I am new to the videography. I've been making scones for a long time, so I'm sure if I've left something out, you can just let me know and I can make sure I incorporate them in my future videos. In the meantime, please subscribe or share, or both, and let's see if we can make America love the new innovative scones. Okay? Have a great day, everybody. Thank you.